everyone. I'm Mary Rose Corrigan, Public Health Specialist for the City of Dubuque with the July 16th, 2020 COVID-19 update from the Dubuque County Public Health Incident Management Team. Dubuque County added 67 new COVID-19 cases since yesterday. As of Thursday, July 16th at 2 p.m., Dubuque County has 1,103 positive COVID-19 cases. A total of 23 deaths have occurred in Dubuque County, and about 7% of the over 16,500 people tested in Dubuque County have been positive. 13 individuals are currently hospitalized, and this is an increase of 6 from the hospitalizations I reported on Monday. And about 41% of Dubuque County positive cases have recovered to date. The state had 841 cases since yesterday and 1,603 since my report on Monday. As of July 16, 2020 at 2 p.m., Iowa has a total of 37,132 positive cases. In all, about 1 in 9 Iowans, or almost 400,000 people, have been tested, and about 9% of Iowans tested have been positive. Deaths reported in the state total 778 Iowans. And currently, 195 cases are hospitalized, with 30 patients being admitted to the hospitals in Iowa in the past 24 hours. Finally, about 74% of Iowans have recovered. Major retailers on Wednesday announced requirements for customers to wear masks in stores as a surge in the coronavirus cases nationwide continues. Walmart, Costco, Sam's, Target, Verizon, Starbucks, Menards, Best Buy, and Dollar Tree are some of the major retailers that will require masks. Many other retailers are strongly encouraging masks. They're trying to deal with the increased cases and the realization that the COVID-19 pandemic is not going to end anytime soon. The National Retail Federation encouraged other chains to adopt similar policies. Enforcement of these store and private business policies is up to the individual establishment's management. Our local police and sheriff will not be enforcing these requirements. The only thing they can enforce is if a store asks a non-mask wearing customer to leave the premises and they refuse to do so, law enforcement can respond to trespassing. One of the most frequent questions I get is, when is the city or Dubuque County going to require mask wearing for the entire community? Governor Reynolds' proclamations during the pandemic have all stated that local governments cannot be more restrictive than the provisions put forth by the state. In other words, cities and counties cannot make laws requiring mask wearing or businesses closing because that would be more strict than the governor's order. Now, that doesn't mean Mayor Buell and the Board of Supervisors aren't strongly encouraging mask wearing, along with physical distance and other public health measures. Remember, the more we all do these things now, the more we can prevent future, more restrictive measures that may become mandatory. As we're all challenged continuing on with our daily life activities in conjunction with the pandemic, I'm sure many of you have questions regarding if or can you go to your place of employment. You may have been working at home all this time. Is it safe to go there? Should I be tested first? What if I have an exposure? Many work sites have formed their own rules and policies on creating a safe work environment. This is very proactive, especially since no two work sites are exactly the same. Many policies require a 14-day quarantine for non-critical workers if they've had a known exposure to COVID-19, or some are as strict to say if you've been in an unsafe setting where exposure could occur, you should quarantine then. Work sites are also protecting workers by requiring them to stay home for 10 days or until symptoms resolve if they are indeed positive for COVID-19. In this situation, when a person tests positive for COVID-19, the thing that is not necessary is a requirement to have a negative or 2 negative tests in order to return to work. Why is that? Well, if you recall, it can take up to 14 days for the virus to show symptoms or show up on a test. That's also known as the incubation period. Hence the 14-day quarantine requirement. So if a person tests negative one day during their 14-day requirement, that test could turn positive the very next day, and so on. So negative tests would not prove or guarantee the person did not have the virus. Likewise, if a person tests positive and/or has COVID-19 symptoms and are isolating for the required 10 days, they may not test negative for weeks or months. This is because the virus is still detectable in their body. The tests we use are very sensitive. That doesn't mean they can spread the virus to others. As long as their symptoms have improved, they've had no fever for 72 hours, and it's 10 days past the first day of symptoms or when they took the positive test. I know it's confusing, and the thing of it is, our daily lives keep happening. We have deaths and new births, and I want to give a special welcome to 9-pound, 2-ounce Bennett, who just arrived into the world this morning, along with all the other new babies that bring a smile to our face. We also have weddings and graduations, layoffs, and new jobs. We have leaky pipes and home maintenance issues, a stock market that keeps going up and down, and education or college degrees to finish, and family members and friends that need us. Our lives are still going on. And so incorporating new behaviors and habits that protect us from coronavirus will enable us to carry on with life as much as possible. Now, it won't be without some modifications and maybe even some disappointments. So as we move into the weekend, continue to watch for COVID-19 symptoms in yourself and your family members. Take advantage of the outdoors. If you do plan on attending a community-wide or even a private event, make sure you have a plan. If you find that others in attendance are not practicing public health preventative measures, that plan may be to stay on the sidelines or find a space to socially distance, ask questions of your host, or maybe even leave. If you think this through ahead of time, it will be easier to respond and reduce your risk. A reminder that the Test Iowa Clinic will continue next week, Monday through Thursday, from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. at Epic Health and Wellness, 1075 Cedar Cross Road. You can also go to any Test Iowa site in the state or contact your healthcare provider. Thanks for tuning in today. Let's all be safe and practice proper public health measures. Let's not put ourselves in unsafe COVID-19 situations, because remember, we continue to all be in this together.